What's going on, gig hustlers across the nation? This is the Gig Accountant. My name is Naz, and I'm a licensed CPA in the state of New Jersey. I'm the one and only accountant that does gig economy work on food delivery platforms such as Grubhub, DoorDash, Uber Eats, Postmates. Referral links are in the description box down below. Labor Day weekend, it seems, marked the day that my Grubhub market came to a crashing halt. Prior to Labor Day weekend, I regularly made at least $18 an hour, with the lower end being $15 an hour. But I've only began hitting $15 an hour in 1 or 2 weeks prior to Labor Day weekend. In my market, I was regularly doing $18 to $25 an hour during the summer. Sometimes more. Sometimes I'd be hitting $30. There were times where I hit between $30 to $40 an hour region. It looks like, at least so far, that those days have come to an end in my market. This Labor Day weekend has been, since Labor Day weekend, it's been terrible in my market. I've been hitting $10 an hour on a regular basis. The orders are just not coming in on a regular basis like how it used to be. It's really slow. It looks like my market has been flooded with drivers, flooded with additional blocks. When I first started this market, it was a brand new market, and there was only one slot per block. So one driver can be scheduled per block. And since I became a premier driver, I was able to grab up all those slots for myself that after work and during weekends. Recently, it looks like Grubhub has opened up the floodgates to additional drivers, and a large number of blocks have become available. So many so that they're not even all getting filled by the time the blocks come up. In the weeks preceding today, there would be a lot of days where Grubhub would flood me with text messages, text after text after text, seeking drivers. They would give me phone calls asking me if I would like to go on early. I couldn't because I was at work. I have a full-time job. I'm a W-2. I'm an accountant. They would call me up to see if I could get on, and because they weren't able to they didn't have enough slots available. They didn't have enough drivers. But it looks like they have been able to attract enough drivers in the preceding weeks, the preceding days. They were able to attract enough drivers that they were able to fill. The blocks are still unfilled, but it looks like the orders are being filled. So that's not an issue for Grubhub no more. But now that leaves me stranded over here in this market, earning $10 an hour on Grubhub. And that's really unfortunate because for a good time throughout the summer, Grubhub was my bread and butter gig economy app. But with $10 an hour and all the traveling, all the miles that I'm putting on Grubhub, I don't even know if that's worth it. I might as well just do DoorDash, because DoorDash in my area around where I live, it just keeps me around my town. I don't have to go that far, and I earn $10 an hour. And on good days, if I'm getting stack orders regularly, I could get $20 an hour, $20+ an hour. So I might as well just do DoorDash. So it looks like I may be transitioning if this continues. If Grubhub's market over here continues to be really trashy as it has been for the past few days, and even the past couple of weeks where it has dropped down to $15, it dropped down to $15 an hour, then it continued to drop down to $10 an hour. But if this continues, these $10 an hour days, I'm just going to continue doing DoorDash, just make DoorDash my bread and butter, stay in my local town, and put less miles in my car and make my money that way, because it's not worth it, like flying across the region on Grubhub for $10 an hour. Because mind you, my region is like 30 miles by 30 miles or 25 miles by 30 miles. It's a huge, vast region, and they will ping pong you across the region, one end to the other. I don't care too much about my acceptance rates or anything anymore since I lost my premium status, and it seems like Grubhub doesn't really they're not going to back you up, they're not going to support you. I've had issues with driver support in the past when there was a system glitch that took my money. They refused to fix it. So I don't really like, I'm not a big supporter for Grubhub like I used to be back in the day. I'm not as willing to like, go the extra mile for them. So it looks like, if this continues, I'm going to just like focus on DoorDash, stay in my town, make my $10 an hour that way. I'm also going to look into other opportunities off the gig economy apps, unfortunately, because I don't know if it's worth it. I'm going to look into doing tutoring more. See, we're going to be contacting the universities, see if they need any business, finance, accounting tutors. And I'm also going to, coming this winter, I'm going to focus on doing taxes more, which was what I was planning on doing anyway. So, the unfortunate thing about those things is that it's less of a thing that you could just like turn on the app and just make money when you're available and then just like bounce, leave when you don't want to work no more. That's something like you have to interact with clients, you have to interact with customers, you have to, there's some planning and administration burden on you. So there's things that you got to do about that. Unfortunately, that like, it's not as easy money as the gig economy apps were. But if the gravy train is gone, gotta do what you gotta do. Continue to make that money. So guys, that's all I got to say about that. Basically, the gravy train in my market is over. It might have been a gravy train because the market was new. It's now flooded with drivers and with blocks. So how's it over at your market? Has the payouts decreased as of late? It has for myself. Leave your thoughts and comments down below. All right, guys, that's all I got to say for today. So you guys work hard, work smart, stay hustling, and be safe out there. Peace, guys.